media, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up. What's up? How you doing? Welcome. We're episode 2, and today we are talking about Mark Cavendish and Biniam Girmay. So is the race on? The race is on. Between them, they're obviously going to be battling against one another to win stages against one another. But the big thing, the question is, who's going to do it first? I truly believe Mark Cavendish is going to break Eddy Merckx's racket. I truly believe it, undoubtedly. And I honestly believe Biniam Girmay will be the first African to win a stage in Le Tour de France. And then thinking about the green jersey, is Bini capable of getting the green jersey? We'll have to see. We have to see how it goes, because I was looking at some of the finishes and they are pretty flat and fast, so they favor some of the all-out sprinters. I like Cav. I know Cav's, he's still got the speed. He doesn't have the speed that he used to have. When Cav had the speed that he had before, nobody was touching him. Nobody was touching him. His top end is not what it used to be, but he's still as fast as everybody else. So he's still in there with a chance to get a stage, and I think he's going to do it. I'm going to put my money on it. I don't know which stage, but I'm going to give you a crazy scenario. If you've been watching Mark Cavendish on Instagram, anything and all of that stuff, he's talking about like how he went to the last race was the Tour de Suisse, and he wasn't focusing on trying to win a stage. He was focusing on being consistent and getting over the mountain. So when it comes to the Tour, he could get over the mountain stages and give himself a chance at the finishes, at the big finishes. And I'm looking at stage 1. Stage 1 is Florence to Rimini. And when I was looking at the Pro Cycling Stats, Big Up Pro Cycling Stats, I get a lot of information from Pro Cycling Stats, all the results and everything. But they had the climbs and everything, but they didn't have the categories of the climbs. So first climb is a category 2 climb. Second climb is a really short category 3 climb. Then the third climb. Then there's the sprint points in between the second and the third climb. And then on the third climb is the category 3 climb, but it's a little bit longer. Then you have a pretty hard category, back-to-back category 2 climbs, and then category 3. Now, not saying that it's possible, but Cav's been working really hard at getting himself over the mountains. So it's the first stage. I'm pretty sure that the big guns like Pogacar and Vingegaard and Roglic and everyone are going to be feeling one another out, not really trying to. But you don't know Pogacar, but I'm feeling like they're going to be feeling one another out, so they won't be at a top end. They'll be going hard, but they probably won't be going at top end. It's 21 days. It's a long, hard tour. So, saying that, if they are not like doing full speed, like, obviously still just testing the water, just seeing who can do what and whatnot, but not, I think it gives Cavendish a chance to, because he's really been working hard on the hills. Now just suppose Cav gets over these mountains. It's an extremely flat stage. Now, I haven't heard of any of the other sprinters working that hard on the climbs so they can get over the climbs. Now, if Cav does this, he puts himself in with a chance of a definite finish. And I think I'm just speculating. They've looked at it like, yo, Cav, you know that all your other competitors that you're sprinting against are not really, they're gonna resign themselves to the gruppetto pretty quickly on day 1. Because it's a lot of climbing. Now, if we do the work and we can get you over the climbs, chances are you're going to be the only sprinter. So hence that you have a massive opportunity, because you get the category 2, category 3, category 3, category 2, then category 2, then category 3, then category 3. The pure sprinters are not going to be like, they're going to resign themselves to the gruppetto. So this is just a wild, I think that that what's Cav's team? And his team, they've been plotting, and I honest to God think that they are seriously looking at getting Cav over these mountains and winning that first stage. So he wins the first stage, he gets the yellow jersey, he breaks the record, and he breaks Eddy Merckx's record, and Bob's your uncle. And then he can just relax and chill for the rest of the tour. So, and I'm pretty sure that like Bini's, he's going to resign himself to Group Hetto pretty quickly with, probably when they hit that first category. There's a category 2 climb. So, but there's a pretty long section. Like there's a lot of road between the Col di Veloco Trefaggi. Is that Fagii, something like that. And then the Code Caminio. So, and then there's a small category 3 in between, but I think everyone will get over that. But there's a long way, so I think the sprinters will be able to get back on. But there's 2 back-to-back category 2 climbs. It's going to drop a lot of the sprinters off of the main competitor. So it's just a wild scenario, that which might be the reason you've heard Cav talk about, like he's got videos saying like when you're climbing, stay seated and work on your core, because he's really been focusing on it. So that's just my outside tip. So if you got an extra £5, euro, dollars, put it on Cav to win stage 1, because if Cav wins stage 1, that's gonna be a big win. I might even go see if I can put a little bit of money on Cav to win stage 1, because he wins stage 1, he gets the yellow jersey, and he breaks it. He's in stage 1, gets the yellow jersey, and breaks Eddy Merckx's record. We'll see. And Bini, I have no idea, because I need to see like what the topography of the finishes are, because Bini is more of a drag it out type sprinter, where the harder the sprint, if there's a little bit of uphill in it, he does a whole lot better. And most of the sprints, if you've seen Bini, is usually on a little bit of a climb, like that last race that he won, that had to climb, and basically there was no one else. He just was the strongest. It wasn't even a competition. He actually was able to sit in the cut. Like, he was sort of actually boxed in. He was actually boxed in, and he was actually able to wait. He let them, and then come around, and then in a regular sprint against the road sprinters, he wouldn't be able to do. He had to wait, came around, and then came out, and then he won his most recent stage, because they climbed, and then they crested, and it was like the last 400 meters, like at the top was flat, and basically it was Mark Hershey that was the only other person, because Mark Hershey was the basically the strongest out of the rest of them, because everyone knows Mark Hershey, he could climb and he has a good sprint. So Bini just had to be in front of him, and he did that. So because none of the other sprinters were getting over that last climb. But I think if there are how many stages are there? Let's see how many flat stages there are. There are stage 3, stage 5, stage 6, stage 8, stage 10, stage 12, stage 13, 16. Those are all flat stages. But then stage 18 is not flat, but it's from Gap to Barceloneta, and the total it's categorized as hilly, not climbing, 179 kilometers, 310 meters of elevation. So it's like a classic state. It's almost like a classics type course. And I think this is the perfect day for Bini. And the only other big person he has to worry about on that day is going to be Walt Van Aert. So I think that's going to be the day that I'm going to say that Bini wins stage 18. I think stage 18 is for Bini, and I think Bini could do it on stage 18. So that's just my prediction. But once I see the topography of the stages, and I can see like if it's like a slight incline, or it's just fast down here, or it's extremely flat, then I can tell you, well, I'll say Bini's got this stage, or Bini has a chance at this stage. But saying that, at the Giro, before he went out of the Giro, that last race just before the last stage, just before he went out, it was an extremely flat, fast finish. And Bini was actually coming around. Bini was actually contesting. He was up there with the fast boys. So it shows that he does have a turn of speed once he gets going. So that, you know, that may be out the book. So I've been saying to myself, like, you know, looking at the sprint that he won against Mathieu van der Poel, which was like long and drawn out, which required tons of power rather than speed. So they still had to be fast, because Mathieu and Bini were just like head and shoulders above everybody else, and they just had the power and the hour. And so we will see. We'll see. I'm gonna leave it at that. But that's my consensus. Who will make history first? Will it be Cav breaking Eddy Merckx record, or will it be Biniam Girmay becoming the first African to win a stage of the Tour de France? Thanks for tuning in. This has been Bini Salubi, Say With Your Legs Media. Remember, stay locked. We're going to be here with you every day up until the tour, and then we're going to go over every stage and how they got on, and if I was even close to any of the stuff that I've been saying. Ready? So peace out, people. Have a good day. Oh, don't worry about the tools. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. See ya. Say With Your Legs Media. You know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up.